a simulation, a fake reality. And I can talk at chapter and verse about how it works and how we interact with it. But these entities have created this simulation. Okay, so why? Why? To what end? And then the whole thing starts to form when you realize, and I say I picked it up from different sources over the years, that these entities are actually feeding off human energy.
We need this. Our city is counting on you to collect those children's screams. Without Scream, we have no power. Yes, it's dangerous work, and that's why I need you to be at your best.
Peace and blessings to the tribe. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. Remember they said it and I was speaking on it. I am Mr. Telescope. You're now watching the Telescope channel. So, getting straight into this news today. Probably won't be premium black news today. I do a couple of bits in and out. But we're probably gonna be talking about the Epstein files and all of the spooky stuff that's said inside of them. Does that mean extraterrestrial? Does that mean, pedophilia, people messing with kids? Does that mean we got the culprit and his assailants? It's a lot of stuff in the Epstein files that we don't know about. I believe it's like 3 million files, video, some written, and it's a lot of other files, photos and stuff like that, still shots and stuff like that we can't really get a hold to. It's been redacted due to the people in the case being minors and things of that sort. But we're gonna be talking about a little bit of that today. For those of you who watch the channel, salute. Appreciate you guys commenting and let me know how y'all feel. We know that obviously Epstein or Epstein, however you want to pronounce it, he's still Epstein or Stein. You know what part of the community he come from. But we know that he had a part in this whole situation, and nevertheless, not even that. We understand and know. I gotta be careful with this snow, man. Nevertheless, not even that. We also know that he is a part of the elite, people who praise and worship the other side, satanic people who look for kids to prey on them, get what they can get out of them, cause them harm, pain, fear, and terror, to ultimately extract adrenochrome from them. Now, I'm not trying to go on no Alex Jones rant or go crazy about this type of stuff, but this is the reality. And the sooner you realize that this is a reality, the sooner you treat it as such. I think that nowadays people are not treating these situations as a reality because it's so far-fetched, and it's one of them things like where they say the truth is far more worse than a lie. Meaning, these things are so true that you couldn't even make these things up, you know? It just seems weird for somebody to make these type of things up. Like Jay-Z being inside of the Epstein files. Pusha T, the person that attacked Drake, being inside of the Epstein files. But remember, they attacked Drake. They attacked Drake. They make Drake seem like he was this person that was messing with kids, and that was their whole thing with Drake. Drake messes with kids, so for them to do all of that, and then the same token, have somebody like Pusha T, who exposed it first, be a part of the Epstein files, is crazy, right? I mean, bro, I'm just saying, I'm viewing it, I'm looking at it like, just like the rest of the people, but I'm making my analysis, and that's what we do, like, especially at the Telescope channel, like, people that follow the page, they already got their telescopes out. Everybody already looking to see what bullshit is gonna go on, like, what bullshit is gonna go down. I do want to say that if he did do anything, which I do think he did, Epstein. If he did do anything, a lot of people wouldn't even know, because West Palm Beach is a very, very, very dirty place to play in. That's a dirty playground to play in. On top of that, Donald Trump actually owns the land that gun club, which is in West Palm Beach, where Epstein was housed at. Donald Trump actually owns that land, and that was a big talking point throughout my sentence and people staying there and stuff like that. I did a year in the county jail. I want you guys to remember, a year is in prison, a year in county jail is in prison. A lot of people try to duck prison by doing the year in county jail. I did do some prison time, but a year is in prison. And a lot of people, regardless of the fact, a lot of people can, I will say, a lot of people can go out. If you have a charge, you probably can go out to do outside work, outside ground, what they would call it. So that's not surprising to me. What's surprising to me is how he explained, and I'm gonna put the guy that breaks down psychological behavior, as well as he breaks down as well psychological behavior. He breaks down mannerisms and movement, and how people, like, body language, how people move when they're lying to you or when they're telling you the truth. And that really stood out to me, because some of the things I thought he was lying about, this video kind of confirmed it. And I'm going to put a clip of it up, and you guys can go check it out if you want. But
so you saw pause, taking time to process what to do. And this is one of the things that we watch in body language, is that body language is mostly involuntary. Not everything we do is involuntary, but the meaningful body language is. So oftentimes when we disagree with something, we can't help but shake our head no. And typically that would happen as soon as he started thinking or feeling it. So as soon as he heard something that he disagreed with, typically what you'd see is you'd immediately see that head shake. What we're seeing here is we're seeing him listen, process, think, and then shake his head. And that has a lot more to do with deception. We tend to associate that specifically with deception, as opposed to as soon as the question is being asked, you're already going to be seeing some subtle head nod. What it can only be explained as fear.
The whole modus operandi is fear. So you'll have people in the Netherlands, in the elite running the country, who will have subordinates below them, who will do what they're told. But those running the Netherlands, like those running Britain, like those running America, will be terrified of the levels above them into the cult inner core. And the cult inner core will be terrified of the gods in another dimension. The whole thing is based on fear. What is the currency of control of humans? In general, it's fear.
So listen to this context. We're going to watch it a couple of times. I want you to watch his mouth. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's subtle, but it is 100% there.
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever
There it was. I'm going to try to pause on it. Watch this.
socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Watch the corners of the mouth. They go down, and what it can only be explained as fear.
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with...
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald?
And then he immediately follows that up with with closing and almost pinning his mouth closed. I mean, look at the way that he is holding his mouth closed. He's not going to try to say anything about this. Like, he is desperate to say nothing about this. Let's go back and watch that one last time, then we'll keep going.
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the...
All right, so if you look at each individual hand position, this, individually, if you keep it paused like that for a long time, or if you're sitting like that to be comfortable, that's one thing. He's very fidgety right now, going from this position to this position. When we touch our lips, it calms us down. You'll also see he's covering his mouth right now. We do this as a way to not say things, to not say something that we want to say. Sometimes you see people withdraw their lips. Right now, he's physically covering his mouth. So there's definitely things that he does not want to say right now. That is very clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
All right, now we're catching a lot here. If you're watching his eyes and you're watching his hand, that's really where we're seeing everything right now. Now, oftentimes when we talk, we raise our eyebrows to bring attention to our face. You're not seeing anything like that because he does not want you to be paying attention to him right now. He's trying to hide as much as he can. So you see the hand covering the mouth. That truly is to obscure, one, the view of the face by a little bit. It doesn't obscure it entirely. But also, once again, that's his unconscious desire to not say anything. He really does not want to express what's going on in his mind. Second, continue to watch the eyes. There is a specific rhythm to the way that he continues to blink his eyes. Watch this again. Just watch all of this and just pay attention to his eyes.
Socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18.
Did you see how many times he would stop and start blinking really quickly? I've watched as much Jeffrey Epstein footage as is out there, and he does not always do this.
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
If you're already into, like, body language and psychological evaluation, the analysis of the body, how the body moves when it's lying or when it's telling the truth, it's just something that's natural, that's within us, that we can't refute. And it's one of the things that cued in to me when he was talking. Just the hand gestures, the eye fluttering and eye movement. A lot of the things that I felt like, I was like, oh yeah, he lying, bro. Oh, he blinking too much. Oh shit. Oh, he covering his mouth. A lot of things, oh, his mouth is like twitching to the side. A lot of things I thought, I was like, yo, this guy's on some bullshit. And you guys will be able to see it for yourself coming into this video. Make sure you like this video. Definitely comment on this video. Don't be shy. Don't be scared to comment. You know what I'm saying? But no hit squad is going to come and take you out or take out your family for commenting and shit like that. Just make sure you comment. We got your back and stuff like that. And make sure you have something valuable to bring to the conversation. Make sure you have something fruitful to bring to the conversation more than anything. Because if they don't come after your ass, we would. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the talk was about, and I'm going to get into this because I don't want the videos to seem too long, like they're not getting to the point. But we will be talking about what human beings see, what human beings visualize, how we see partial light. We see a very, very small inkling of what the world really is.
A tiny, almost laughably narrow band of what exists in the space you're looking at. Science calls it visible light. Let's put that into perspective. According to mainstream science, the electromagnetic spectrum, which is basically our experienced reality, is 0.005% of what exists in the universe in terms of energy in its different forms. Visible light, which is the only band of frequency that we can see, everything that we're looking at now, everything people watching this are looking at now, exists within this tiny band of frequency called visible light. It's ridiculously narrow. Everything else that exists in the space that we are occupying is invisible to us. And yet the entirety of infinite reality in all its forms, facets, and infinity exist in the same space that I'm sitting in now. some of these expressions of life, particularly those very close to our frequency band but beyond our ability to see them, are these expressions of pure evil. And these are the gods that were and are worshipped by people all over the world. I realized that these rich and famous people were invariably the key players, but a lot of the not so key players, but contributors. There were two common themes relating to them. One was pedophilia, and the other one was satanic ritual abuse.
It was a big year for paedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. I don't care.
Well, there's just problem solvers, and then there's thinkers, theoreticians. They're more like the old movement towards philosophy. But neither one of those two groups have been able to figure out why something is alive as opposed to something that's not alive. No one's been able to describe what the soul is, but we all know it exists. And I think what we need is science is a bad word. I think science only describes the things we already know about the physical world. In fact, there's an argument that the physical world that we see has been created out of our systems of mathematics. Mathematics, everyone knows mathematics describes the physical world much greater than it should, unless my view, the physical world really comes out of conscious beings that have mathematics. So they create it. This table appears to you and I to be solid. To a bat, because we have light that's bouncing off the table into our eyes, it appears solid. If instead of eyes that responded to wavelengths of visual light, our eyes responded to radio waves, the radio frequencies, it's not different, it's the same type of frequency as light with different speeds, the table's invisible. We know that our phone works in this room. So the waves are coming through the windows, the waves are coming through the walls. So the walls are invisible to that type of radiation, that type of energy. The walls I can see them because my eyes, a physical system, determines that the walls are there.
You, with Murray Gell-Mann, you founded, or were the original donor, and had the idea of Santa Fe Institute.
When you are actually at the limit. So that's Newton thought the same concept, is that the limits were God. You got close to God, but you could never be God. You had this sort of religious interpretation.
Okay, I want to go back.
Till today, was things that are starting to approach the limit. You were taught in high school that if you had 1 divided by 0, if you remember your high school algebra, you were told, what's the answer to that? Is there an answer to 1 divided by 0? No, if you were in high school, it's like, stay away from it. It's the boogeyman. You could write it down as it's undefined. It's not able to be determined. There's a bunch of things. But in fact, 1 divided by 0 is a strange things happen. It's a world of the strange. And what I'll explain to you after is that when you get 1 divided by 0, you get into a world we don't know what happens. The answer is it's not explainable. We can call it things like undetermined. We can have a convention to say it's X, Y, or Z. But in real life, we don't know what happens when you are actually at the limit.
Time I've seen, there's been 115 billion people, roughly, that have lived on the Earth. And of that 115 billion,
Are you sure that's a number? That sounds a lot very high. We only have 7 now.
I think in the history of the Earth, I think I'll pull up the stat for you, but I think it's 115 billion people they figured.
That probably is inflation. That's why
have lived on Earth. But he's one of the handful of the most important. What did he solve for? Why is he so important for how we live today? And then we want to go through Leibniz.
And somehow understand how complex systems interact. Fast forward, Steve, to today, where Google and these other engine companies, the other tech companies, are trying to build artificial intelligence. The strangest thing that they found, one of the strangest things, is that the systems that they design, this artificial intelligence, which a lot of people have heard about, is they design a bunch of systems. They're called neural nets. Terms simply taken out of brain work, the neurons in the brain. Nets because they actually look like a net. They put in some inputs. The computers work, spit out an answer. Sounds normal to you. It's because you're thinking about that calculator you had in 1976 on your desk. When you ask the person who designed the system, how did it come to that answer. How did your neural net, can you show me the calculations? They say, no, we don't know. We don't know how the thing we designed actually came up with that answer. That's pretty strange. They take the same neural net now and they put it in front of a video game. No learning, nothing. They said to the computer, they say, sit in front of your video game and learn how to play. It seems the computer learns better than any human in history, faster than any human in history, beats any human in history. But when you ask the designer how did it do it, no one knows. It just did it. So that's the first little touch of things that we already have gotten to a place where we don't understand it and we build it.
On Sunday.
So if there are other beings out there, if you have heard something in the dark, if you were moving around in the shower and you were taking a shower at night and you heard something move on the counter, that's not hard to believe that it may have been something else in the room or in the vicinity of you, because we only see a partial light. In Newton, you know what I'm saying? Newton was such a brilliant scholar. I believe they say that Newton happened to be out of one, and they said in the Epstein interview, they said that out of 1 in 7 billion, or 1 in 100 billion, Newton was one of the most important people because he defined what gravity was. And there is something that has to obviously be there, because Newton's theory was, if I push this ball off, why does the ball go left? Why does it go right? Nobody's giving it a direction. I can push it forward, I can push it back, but if I push this ball off the table, why does it just go down? Something has to be pulling it, right? So a lot of people think that if you're going off a Newton theory, a lot of people think that there's something there to be discovered, and it shouldn't be called science, right? It possibly should be called something else. It's something that's in another realm, that's in another dimension, and it should be called something else, because it's very intriguing to me as far as just looking at these type of things. I've heard people like David Icke talk about the other realm and what we can see as people, which I will implement those videos in here too, so you guys can see it. But it's people like that just kind of like made what he was saying seem even more sinister. Not only do you know finances and you know how to count money, or what we call money, and you're a bit more advanced than us, but you're taking the kids, you're using the kids for whatever purposes. I would say adrenochrome, and then as well, and not to go off the rails on some Alex Jones shit, like I said before, but you're using the kids for whatever reasons, but then you also know these type of things. Like he even spoke on AI, and when Epstein spoke on AI, it was a real weird situation, because I was like, yo, like, why is he speaking on AI like that? Like, he was like, the person that made AI doesn't know what it is. Have you ever created something, you put it in front of any problem that you have, a car, fix a car, a multiplication problem, algebra, calculus, even put it in front of a video game and tell it to learn how to play, and it figures out how to play. But when you ask the person that created this technology, how does this technology know how to do these things? Their answer is, I don't know. That was real. That was scary to me, as well as him saying that he doesn't know how the financial system works, when he was one of the biggest tech gurus in the world. Like, people from China was calling him. As you can see, he was around like a lot of greats. Bill Clinton, Donald Trump. He was around a lot of people. But when he was asked questions about Trump, this is where he started to waver and do certain things that people could find skeptical. And I think that he didn't want to, mess with Trump, because it's like, that fear. We're going to get into that, but there are entities that feed off of fear, and it's a revolving door, it's a revolving cycle. there's entities that feed off of fear, and certain entities that are in your realm may be bigger than you, and you're scared that they're gonna take you out of that realm. So you're feeding them by you being scared of them taking you out of that realm, but as well, they're scared of another entity that's in another dimension that may take them out of this realm, and the cycle goes on. It was a real intriguing interview, and a lot of the things that I watched. Like, if you're not watching stuff like this that I'm watching, if you're not getting hip to the David Icke's of the world, even finding out about what is his name, GW Nipowitz, I believe his name is Nipowitz, GW Nipowitz, and he talks about monads, right? That everything has a soul and things of that sort, and certain items are nomads, but like a cup is a nonad, but it doesn't have a soul, because like, for whatever reasons, like if you're not getting into these type of things and going in depth, like you'll be listening to what he's saying, and you'll be like, all right, yeah, this guy's just talking, or you'll just scrape the surface of what he's saying. In a lot of instances, it seems like he didn't want to give himself up. He didn't really want to give himself up. And if you're watching like somebody like a DJ Academics talk about something like this, or you're watching somebody like Adam 22, Whack 100 talk about this, you're not going to get the gist in the mental juiciness of what this topic is about. This shit is way beyond us. I think that is way beyond your average person. That's why your average person didn't know who this guy was. And then on top of that, like, he happened to be locked up at the same time, and he was locked up in the gun club. That's what it's called, gun club. He was locked up in the West Palm Beach County Jail in gun club, which Trump owns the land that gun club is built on. He was locked up in that jail, and I was locked up in that jail before. He was locked up in that jail, I believe, I want to say 2013 or whatever. But he was locked up in that jail. And if I'm not mistaken, I think 2013, 14, I was locked up in that jail as well. I believe we probably were locked up together, but just never seen the guy, never met the guy, never knew the guy. But he was locked up in that jail, which lets me know like some crazy shit was going down. And you have a lot of celebrities and a lot of people of high power that are locked up in that jail. Broward County, West Palm Beach County, Palm Beach County, whatever you want to call it, and Miami-Dade is a very, very spooky place to be, because you see Dirk got locked up in Broward County. Javante Davis got locked up in Miami-Dade County. They have a niche for locking up famous people, but as well as a lot of people get let go. And we don't know if these people get let go with deals, or they're getting let go with, with motives. Like, hey, look, we want to release you, but you have to promote this, you got to do this. And that's the thing. That's what we want to get into today. As well as Jay-Z being inside of the Epstein files is not surprising to me, especially knowing the whole Foxy Brown thing. We're going to talk about Nicki Minaj actually exposed it, because she's going downhill. She's, she's on a burning bridge. So she's just going to take everybody that she can with her. You know what I'm saying? She comes from the rap culture, but Wayne is out of the way. He's playing insanity. He's lost his mind. He's playing insanity. The same thing that Gucci is doing. Gucci Mane is doing the same thing, playing insanity, acting like he lost his mind and stuff like that. These dudes are really clever and smart, but in order for you to keep with the things you have and to keep your assets and just live a normal and regular life with wealth, you either gonna play crazy, or we're gonna take all of this shit and you're gonna go through trial and error. You're gonna go through hell. And Gucci Mane been to the Fed, so I'm pretty sure you're not trying to go back. Same thing with Wayne. Wayne did a little time for having a gun in New York, and I'm pretty sure he's not trying to go back. That was enough for him. He didn't even go to the Feds. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these guys, you got to keep in the question. Jay-Z from my knowledge, has never been locked up. He's only been aiding the law enforcement because his finances, as far as we know, but as well as his connections now. because now they put him in the rights and in the loops with Epstein. We understand that this dude got some goddamn power, a little bit more power than we expected, than we knew. And I always thought that the things that Jay-Z rapped about was weird. Like, how do you know these things? Why other black rappers not rapping about this type of stuff? Even if you listen to the whole 444 album, he's talking about finances and stuff like that. This is Jeffrey Epstein's logic. You know what I'm saying? So this is his forte. This is what he talks about. This is the type of shit that he does. So it's a real spooky and weird scenario that we're talking about. You know, I don't think that is like nothing that should be taken lightly, but we're gonna get into it. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Remember, man, they said it and we're speaking on it. I am Mr. Telescope. You're not watching the Telescope channel. Make sure y'all guys like this video, share this video, and I appreciate y'all coming and commenting on the last video. Y'all make my shit do it up more than the last video that I posted, which was 47 minutes. This one might be a little bit shorter, but the last video was 47 minutes. The other video prior to that, was 47 minutes. So maybe the 47-minute marker is my, you know what I'm saying, my marking point. But y'all did it up for me, and I appreciate y'all ass, man. For real, that's real love. That's real love. That's real support. And I go to bat for y'all every time, and I appreciate y'all coming in and telling me how y'all feel. Make sure you guys like this video, share this video if you can. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put some clips in there or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, man, Telescope. Also want y'all to be on the lookout and be on the move for this little snowman video that I got for my daughter. You know what I'm saying? It was record-breaking snow where I'm at. I want y'all to be on the lookout for this little snowman video. Me and my daughter, we went on like a little snowman hunt. And those of you that know, when I first started this channel, I started it with Egypt. So I want you guys to be able to, you know what I'm saying, show your kids the same thing, or even just do something similar to what I'm already doing. You know what I'm saying? It's dope. I think that black parents, black dads especially, should be doing things like this with their daughters especially, and definitely with their sons. But nevertheless, man, I'm gonna be on a snowman hunt, looking for different snowmans in different areas and weird spots, and I'm finding them everywhere. Snowmans everywhere. It's like they have their own personality. And the reason that I tie this into this video is because it ties in. You know what I'm saying? Everything is a monad. You know what I'm saying? It has a spirit. Whoever built that, you know what I'm saying, put their passion, their pain, and their love into that being, or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Because it hurts to make a snowman. This shit is not easy. But nevertheless, man, let's get into it, man. I appreciate y'all guys watching, man. Nevertheless, man, Telescope.